Hello and good evening. Welcome to another live stream on my page here. My name is John, Sports Bonanza John here on YouTube. Also on Twitch tonight at Sport Guru John, getting set for game 2 of the National League Division Series between the Cubs and the Brewers, which will get underway momentarily. But first, let's start with a prayer. Lord Jesus, thank you for this day and thank you for everything. And please look over everyone involved, players and fans alike, both alike tonight, Lord. And just please look over us all as we need you all right now with us, Lord. And just please look over us all as I ask this in your name we pray. Amen. Cubs and Brewers, game number 2. Brewers in a rout in game 1, 9-3 over the Cubs. They will send to the mound tonight Aaron Ashby trying to take a 2-0 lead. The Cubs will tangle with Shota Imanaga trying to even this series up, heading back to Wrigley Field for game 3, which will be on Wednesday. Brewers winning the opener in a rout in game 1, as mentioned, 9-3. Brewers ended up with the best record in the National League, 97-65. Finished 5 games ahead of the Cubs in the National League Central. Cubs ended up 92-70. Two teams that know each other very, very well. This is the lineup the Cubs will send out tonight. A change in the lineup in the leadoff spot. Justin Turner will get the start at first base tonight in place of Michael Busch. He will lead off at first base. Nico Horner at second base will bat second. Kyle Tucker, the DH, will bat third. Suzuki in right field is the cleanup hitter. Ian Happ in left field will bat sixth. Carson Kelly, the catcher, will bat seventh. Pete Crow Armstrong in center field. Carson Kelly will bat sixth. Pete Crow Armstrong in center field will bat seventh. Dansby Swanson at shortstop will bat eighth, and Matt Shaw, the third baseman, will bat ninth to round out the Cubs' batting order. And Aaron Ashby getting the start for the Brewers on the mound in this game 2. Ashby in the regular season in 43 games, 5-2 record, 2.16 ERA, 24 walks, 76 strikeouts in 66 2/3 innings. Ashby only started 1 game. He was more used as a middle reliever, so this will only be his second start of the season. And it comes in game 2 of the National League Division Series. And the news for the Brewers coming into this game, Jackson Chourio left game 1 with a hamstring injury. He is in the starting lineup tonight and playing center field. Still did not have an injury designation as of earlier today, but he is in the lineup for the Brewers. The other game 2 in the National League Division Series is in Philadelphia. Dodgers looking to go up 2-0. Dodgers had a 4-1 lead going into the bottom of the 9th, but the Phillies have scored 2 in the 9th inning, so they're now only trailing 4-3 and have a runner at second with nobody out. So the Phillies looking to complete the comeback and send that series back to Los Angeles, tied at 1. Dodgers looking to hang on and take a 2-0 lead with a chance to close that out at Dodger Stadium in Game 3. Excuse me. So Aaron Ashby getting the start here for the Brewers as he is finishing up his warm-up tosses. The 2 American League series resume tomorrow. Mariners and the Tigers late tomorrow afternoon. That series tied at 1. Mariners winning a doozy last night in game 2, 3-2. And then the Blue Jays and the Yankees game 3. Tomorrow night, Blue Jays a chance to close that one out and head to the ALCS. But we are just about set to go in game 2 of this one from Milwaukee, Cubs and the Brewers. And Justin Turner, as mentioned, getting the start for Michael Busch at first base tonight. He will lead it off for the Cubs. Turner this season hit .219, 3 home runs, 18 runs batted in 80 games in the regular season. This is Justin Turner's first appearance in the postseason. Did not appear in the Padres series or in Game 1 of this series. Keep you updated on the conclusion of that Dodgers-Phillies game in Philadelphia. So here's Justin Turner against Aaron Ashby. Starting pitcher tonight for the Brewers, and the first pitch in game number 2 is on the inside corner, strike 1. Home plate umpire tonight, Mike Estabrook. Will Little over at first base, Lance Barksdale at second, Chris Conroy at third, Ryan Blakeney down the left field line, and Edwin Moscoso down the right field line. 0-1 pitch to Turner's fouled off third base side, and Turner quickly in an 0-2 hole. .0-2 pitch downstairs. That will make the count a ball and 2 strikes. One-two pitch to Turner. That's in the air to left. Churio out there. He'll get a first test, and he's got it, and that's how this game 2 begins. A fly out to left. And the batter will be Nico Hoerner. Regular season, Hoerner a .297 hitter, 7 home runs, 61 runs batted in. He was the Cubs' leader this year in batting average and hits. In the postseason, Hoerner hitting .333. Does have a home run in the postseason. And the pitch to him is a high strike, 0-1. Quick update in that Dodgers-Phillies game before the 0-1 pitch. Phillies have runners at first and second with 1 out, down by 1. So the Phillies do have the winning run on at first base. 0-1 to Nico Hoerner here is fouled back, and Hoerner quickly in an 0-2 hole. Ashby looks in on Hoerner and delivers the 0-2. That's lined into right field. That's going to be a base hit for Nico Hoerner. And Nico Hoerner with his 6th hit of the postseason, a 1-out single here in the first. And it will bring up the DH, Kyle Tucker. Kyle Tucker this year was a .266 hitter, 22 home runs, 73 runs batted in. Postseason play, Tucker is 3 for 14. Hoerner the lead from first base, and Tucker fouls it off. I think that went off the top of his foot for strike 1, and Tucker feeling that one. Actually, no, it had hit off his right above his left, on his left shin, it looks like, where that foul ball hit. Wow, right above his knee. Ouch. Trainer out there having a look at Kyle Tucker. There's no padding there, so you foul ball off that part just above your knee there. That's definitely going to sting. Tucker trying to walk it off a little bit there at home plate. And Tucker's going to stay in the ball game here. Good to see. Kyle Tucker still trying to move that left knee around a little bit and getting a little breather before he steps back in the batter's box. Now Tucker set to step back in. And Ashby's 0-1 pitch to him. That's downstairs. That'll leave in the count a ball and a strike. Another packed house in Milwaukee on this game 2. A little later start tonight. A little after 8 o'clock local time in Milwaukee. 1-1 pitch downstairs. Counts now 2-1 on Kyle Tucker. Nico Horner standing at first after a 1-out single. And here comes the 2-1 pitch to Kyle Tucker. Inside, and the count now goes to 3-1. Suzuki, right fielder, on deck for the Cubs, the cleanup hitter. Ashby's 3-1 pitch to Tucker. Hit foul, and that will fill the count 3-2. Nico Horner at first base. Let's see if 1 out if he tries to take off here to second. Ashby's payoff. Upstairs, ball 4, and the Cubs have the first 2 on here in the top of the first inning for Seiya Suzuki. Suzuki in the regular season was a .245 hitter, 32 home runs. Drove in 103. He was the Cubs' RBI leader this year. Postseason, Suzuki hitting 200, 3 for 15, but does have a home run in the postseason. Ashby's pitch to Suzuki is fouled back, strike 1. Oh, 1 pitch to Suzuki downstairs. That'll leave in the count a ball and a strike. It's just gone final in Philadelphia. The Dodgers have held on to beat the Phillies 4-3. So the Dodgers will be going home with a chance to close it out on Wednesday. 1-1 to Suzuki is hit pretty well to left. Back it goes, and goodbye. Seiya Suzuki with a 3-run home run to left center field. And the Cubs take a 3-0 first inning lead in Milwaukee in Game 2. That was a shot to left center for Suzuki. Second home run of the postseason for Suzuki. This is a 3-run blast. 3-0 Cubs in the first, and here's Ian Happ taking low, ball 1. Happ, a .243 hitter, 23 home runs, 79 RBIs in the regular season. Happ in these playoffs, however, hitting just 2 for 15, but one of those 2 hits a home run and the other a double. Happ fouls it back. That'll even the count a ball and a strike. A no-doubt 3-run home run for Suzuki. Here's the 1-1 to Happ. There's a strike at the knees. 1-2. Happ's home run in the postseason came in Game 1 of this series. And takes strike 3 on the outside corner. So Ashby, following the Suzuki home run, comes back to strike out Ian Happ, and it will bring up the Cubs catcher, Carson Kelly. Kelly this year is .249 hitter, 17 home runs. He drove in 50. Hitting .333 in the postseason is Kelly. Pitch to him is a strike, a high strike to Carson Kelly. Went 1 for 4 in the opener of this series on Saturday. 0-1 pitch to Kelly. That's a little inside. That'll even the count 1-1. One pitch to Carson Kelly. That's right down the middle. Strike 2, a ball and 2 strikes. One-two pitch to Kelly. Downstairs, that'll even the count 2-2. Two to Kelly. That's lined right to second. And the catch made by Bryce Terang to end the inning. But a 3-run home run by Seiya Suzuki in the first inning gets the Cubs on the board quickly. It's 3-0 Cubs with the Brewers coming up in the bottom of the first. And here is the lineup the Brewers will send out in game number 2. Jackson Chourio, as mentioned, had that hamstring injury in game 1, but he is in the lineup tonight. He leads off, playing left field. Bryce Terang at second base will bat second. William Contreras, the Brewers catcher, bats third. Christian Yelich DHing tonight in the cleanup spot. Vaughn at first base will bat fifth. Sal Frelick. Right fielder will bat sixth. Durbin at third base. Batting seventh. Perkins in center field will bat eighth. And Ortiz, the shortstop, bats ninth and rounds out the Brewers' batting order. And they will face, for the Cubs, Imanaga. Shota Imanaga, 25 starts this year, 9-8 record, 3.73 ERA, walked 26, struck out 117 in 144 and 2/3 innings. Postseason in one game, he pitched 4 innings, gave up two earned runs, walked 2 and struck out 3. And again, if you did not hear, just going final about 5 minutes ago, the Dodgers defeated the Phillies 4-3. Phillies put up a ninth inning rally, but it came up 1 run short, and the Dodgers are going back to Dodger Stadium with a chance to close that series out in Game 3. So the Dodgers now 4-0 in the postseason so far this year. 2 American League Division series resume tomorrow. Mariners and Tigers will start it out. That's a late afternoon game. And the Blue Jays and the Yankees, 8 o'clock Eastern tomorrow night. Blue Jays a chance to close that one out in the Bronx and punch their ticket to the ALCS. So here we go, bottom of the first. It's going to be Jackson Chourio leading off for the Brewers. The regular season, Chourio hit .270, 21 home runs, 78 runs batted in. And the first pitch to him here in the bottom of the first from Imanaga is a ball. 1-0 pitch outside, 2-0. Chourio went 3 for 3 in Game 1 on Saturday. Two-0 pitch. There's a strike. Count goes to 2-1 on Jackson Chourio. Imanaga, the 2-1 pitch to Chourio. Hits the inside corner, strike 2. And the count's now even 2-2. Imanaga looks back in on Chourio. And the 2-2. Swing and a miss. Chourio strikes out, and that's how the bottom of the first begins with the strikeout. And the batter will be Bryce Turang. The regular season, Turang hit .288, 18 home runs, 81 runs batted in. Turang was 2 for 5 in Game 1. Pitch to him. At the knees, strike 1. Imanaga's 0-1 pitch. That's a little high. Evens the count 1-1. Imanaga's 1-1 pitch. Outside, 2-1 to Bryce Turang. Imanaga's 2-1. Strike 2. 2-2. Two pitch to Imanaga. Swing and a miss. Back-to-back strikeouts for Imanaga here in the bottom of the first, and it will bring up the Brewers catcher, William Contreras. This year was a .260 hitter, 17 home runs, 76 runs batted in. Contreras was 2 for 5 in Game 1 with a double and a single. Bases empty, 2 outs for the Brewers, bottom of the first. And the pitch from Imanaga to Contreras is hit foul, strike 1. A 1 pitch. That's lined into left field. That's going to be a base hit for Contreras. Taking a wide turn at first, but putting on the brakes and heading back to first base. So Contreras with a 2-out single. And that will bring up Christian Yelich, the cleanup hitter. This season, Yelich was a .264 hitter, 29 home runs. He drove in 103. He was the Brewers' leader in home runs and RBIs. Went 1 for 4 in Game 1. Imanaga's pitch. That's lined into left field. That's going to be a base hit. It'll be runners at first and second with 2 outs for the Brewers. For Andrew Vaughn. Vaughn was 1 for 3 in Game 1 with a couple runs scored. Brewers trying for a 2-out rally here in the bottom of the first with 2 runners on. And a strike to Andrew Vaughn. Vaughn this season was a .254 hitter in his time between the White Sox and now the Brewers. 14 home runs on the season. And that pitch misses high, a ball and a strike. Imanaga looks in and delivers the 1-1 pitch to Andrew Vaughn. That's inside, 2-1. Imanaga's 2-1 pitch. Swing and a miss, and that'll even the count 2-2. Two-two to Andrew Vaughn. Inside, that will fill the count. 3-2. So the 2 runners will get a head start on the pitch. The 3-2 payoff. Foul back. Vaughn stays alive. Another 3-2. Runners take off again. And that's hit well into left field. If it's fair, it's got a chance. It is gone. 3-run home run. Andrew Vaughn ties it up in the bottom of the first. Vaughn's 3-run homer answers Suzuki's 3-run homer in the top of the inning. 3-3. Boy, Imanaga put that one over. Had way too much of the plate. And Vaughn sent that one for a ride. And on one swing of the bat, this game is tied. And Sal Frelick will be the batter. Frelick this year a .288 hitter. 12 home runs, 63 runs batted in. 1 for 5 in the opener was Frelick. And the pitch. Frelick sends this one into right center. Calling off everyone is the second baseman, Nico Horner, and he's got it. But a 3-run home run by Andrew Vaughn ties this game up. 1 inning in the books in Game 2. Cubs and Brewers traded 3-run home runs. It's 3-3 after 1. Of course, other sports action going on. We do have a Monday night NFL game going on in Jacksonville between the Kansas City Chiefs and the Jacksonville Jaguars. And currently late second quarter, Chiefs lead that game 14-7. Game is approaching halftime. So we are tied up at 3 as we head to the top of the third. Some other Major League Baseball news as we are in between half innings. Mariners manager Dan Wilson says Josh Naylor of the Mariners is dealing with a personal matter and not sure if he's going to go for game 3 for the Mariners tomorrow or not. Manager Dan Wilson didn't really get into detail, but Josh Naylor, don't know if we're going to see him in game 3 or not tomorrow for the Mariners. They play game 3 of their division series tomorrow against the Tigers. That's a start right after 4 o'clock Eastern time. So here we go, top of the second, 3-3 ball game. It's going to be Pete Crow Armstrong leading it off for the Cubs here in the second. Pete Crow Armstrong in the regular season, 247 hitter, 31 home runs. Drove in 95. Suzuki, a 3-run homer in the top of the first for the Cubs. Andrew Vaughn, a 3-run homer in the bottom of the first for the Brewers. First pitch, top of the second, Pete Crow Armstrong, strike one. Boy, what a pickup Andrew Vaughn has been for the Brewers since coming over from the White Sox. That's popped up on the 0-1 pitch. And calling for it is the third baseman Durbin for the first out here in the top of the second. We'll bring up Dansby Swanson. Swanson this year hit 244, 24 home runs, 77 runs batted in. It's 3 for 13 in the postseason. Fouls this back, strike one. Strike one pitch down in the dirt, 1-1. Swanson 1 for 4 in game 1. And he struck out 3 times. It's the 1-1 pitch to Swanson. That's down low, 2-1. In the second inning, the Brewers already starting to get the bullpen loosening. Nick Mears is warming in the Brewers' pen. 2-1 count here to Dansby Swanson with 1 out in the Cubs' second. And the pitch. That's a strike. Evens the count, 2-2. Ashby looks in and delivers the 2-2 to Swanson downstairs, and that will fill the count, 3-2. Payoff pitch, fouled away. Swanson stays alive. 3-2. Ashby set to deliver another full count pitch to Dansby Swanson. That's in the air to right. That's hit pretty well, but this is going to stay in play. And Sal Frelick under it, just shy of the warning track for out number 2. And the batter will be Matt Shaw. Number 9 hitter. Shaw this year hit .226, 13 home runs, 44 runs batted in. He was 0 for 1 in game 1 with a couple of walks. Strike 1. Oh, 1 pitch. That's a little high. That'll even the count a ball and a strike. Ashby set to deliver the 1-1 pitch to Matt Shaw. 2-1. As that missed, I don't know where that missed, but it was called a ball. They just show the replay. I have no idea where that pitch missed. But home plate umpire Mike Estabrook called it a ball. 2-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. Evens the count 2-2. And the crowd rises at American Family Field, trying to urge on the final strike and the final out here in the top of the second. 2-2 downstairs, and the count runs full to Matt Shaw, 3-2. This will already be pitch number 40 for Ashby. 3-2 payoff, foul back. Ashby looks in, set to deliver another payoff pitch to Matt Shaw. Ball 4, and Shaw will draw a 2-out walk. And we're back to the top of the order, Justin Turner. Turner 0 for 1. He flew out to left field to lead off the game. Takes way high, ball 1. Shaw, medium-sized lead at first base. And Ashby's 1-0 pitch will be a throw to first instead. Justin Turner, longtime Los Angeles Dodger. 1-0 pitch. That's lined into left field. That's going to be a base hit. Shaw will stop at second, and the Cubs have 2 on with 2 outs. Looking for a 2-out rally here in the second inning, and it brings up Nico Hoerner. Hoerner singled and scored on the 3-run homer by Suzuki in the first. That's going to do it for, or this may just be a meeting as Pat Murphy's made his way out to the mound. May not going to pull him yet. Oh, he is pulling him. Ashby's Ashby's finished after an inning and 2/3. It's going to be, I believe, Nick Mears coming in to pitch. So it is going to be a heavy bullpen game tonight, it looks like. It will be Mears coming in to pitch. So Ashby gets the start tonight and only goes an inning and 2/3. Nick Mears coming in, 63 appearances in the regular season, 5-3, 3.49 ERA, 13 walks, 46 strikeouts, 56 and 2/3 innings on the season. Mears pitched 1 inning in the game on Saturday, gave up 1 hit and struck out 2. So the Brewers already going to their bullpen here in the bottom of the second. And Nico Horner will be the batter. First and second, 2 outs for the Cubs here in the second inning. Mears looks in and delivers his first pitch of the game to Nico Horner. Little high, ball 1. Well, one thing's for sure tonight, and there's not going to be much wiggle room in the strike zone for Mike Estabrook tonight. 1-0 pitch. That didn't miss by much either. It's 2-0. Two-0 pitch. That is lifted in the air to right. This is going to stay in play. And Frelick is under it. He's got it, and that'll do it in the second inning. Cubs get 2 on with 2 outs, but strand them. We head to the bottom of the second in Milwaukee. Cubs 3, Brewers 3. Brewers here in the bottom of the second will have the 7, 8, and 9 hitters. Durbin, Perkins, and Ortiz coming up. So the line is complete on Ashby, an inning and 2/3. 3 hits, 3 runs, all of them earned. That was on the Suzuki homer. 2 walks, 1 strikeout. He threw 43 pitches. So let's see what the Brewers do here in the bottom of the second inning. Durbin will be the leadoff hitter. Durbin in the regular season hit .256, 11 home runs, 53 runs batted in. Game 1, Durbin went 1 for 4, drove in a couple runs. I'm going to update you on my upcoming live stream schedule on my page. Full-time work schedule tomorrow is a little funky, but I would like to be on to do Game 3 of the Blue Jays-Yankees series tomorrow night. That could be an elimination game for the Yankees. Not going to be able to do the afternoon game, Mariners and Tigers, but love to be on with you tomorrow night for the Blue Jays-Yankees. I'll try to keep you updated on that. But I'm going to do my very best to bring that one to you. Blue Jays will try to close out the Yankees in the Bronx tomorrow and advance to the ALCS. That Mariners-Tigers series looks like it could be a 5-gamer. Has the Tigers winning a 1-run game in extra innings in Game 1. Mariners returning the favor by winning a 1-run game last night. Not extra innings last night, but still a 1-run game. So here's Durbin leading it off in the bottom of the second for Milwaukee and takes a strike. Imanaga's 0-1 is downstairs. A ball and a strike. Now the count on Durbin. One pitch. Swing and a miss. 1-2. One-two pitch. That is in the air to right, barely having to move out there in right field. And the catch for Suzuki for out number 1. Batter will be Perkins. Blake Perkins this year, a .226 hitter, 3 home runs. 19 runs batted in, played in 54 games in the regular season. Game 1 on Saturday, Perkins went 2 for 4, the double and a single. Oh, 1 to Perkins, or is outside, 1-1. One pitch from Imanaga to Perkins. That hits the inside corner. 1-2. Imanaga's 1-2 pitch to Perkins. Here it is. Upstairs, 2-2. Two-two pitch. Check swing foul. Two-two. Swing and a miss. Perkins strikes out. Imanaga's 3rd strikeout, and there's 2 down here in the bottom of the 2nd, and it'll bring up Ortiz. Number 9 hitter for the Brewers. Ortiz, a .230 hitter in the regular season, 7 home runs. He drove in 45. Went 0 for 2 in game 1. Did draw a couple walks. Takes ball 1 low. One 0 pitch fouled back. That'll even the count, a ball and a strike. One pitch. Fouled back, and the count will go to 1-2. Imanaga's 1-2 pitch to Ortiz. That's hit foul. That'll keep the count 1-2. Ortiz steps back in, and Imanaga set to deliver another 1-2 pitch. Low, check swing over to first, no swing. 2-2. 2-2 pitch. Fouled away. Good battle here by Ortiz to stay alive. Brewers bullpen was loosening again. Didn't see who that was. 2-2 pitch is lifted in the air to right center. Suzuki calling. He makes the catch, and Imanaga with a 1-2-3 bottom of the second. On to the third in Milwaukee. Cubs and Brewers tied at 3 in game 2. Cubs will have the 3, 4, and 5 hitters, Tucker, Suzuki, and Happ, due up here in the third. I think that was Jacob Mizorowski warming up in the Brewers bullpen. So this is going to be a very heavy bullpen night tonight, it appears. Brewers used 4 pitchers on Saturday. Already on their second in this one, as the starter Ashby only made it an inning and 2/3. He was not a normal starter in the regular season. He was more a middle reliever. So that may have been by design that Ashby was not going to go very long in this game. Again, the AL Division Series resume tomorrow. Mariners-Tigers, Game 3, late tomorrow afternoon. I believe it's 4 o'clock Eastern time on that. And then the Blue Jays-Yankees in prime time tomorrow night at 8. Again, I hope to be able to be on a live stream on that one, but we'll have to play it by ear with my work schedule. And then the National League Series resume on Wednesday. Dodgers a chance to close out the Phillies in Game 3 as that series shifts to Los Angeles. So the Phillies will be facing elimination. The Cubs hope to not be in Game 3 as they hope to even it up heading it back to Wrigley Field. So it'll be Kyle Tucker leading off in the Cubs' third. And it will be Mizorowski entering the game to pitch for the Brewers. So already pitcher number 3 for Milwaukee. Mizorowski this year in 15 appearances, 5-3 record, 4.36 ERA, 31 walks, 87 strikeouts in 66 innings. He did not pitch in game 1, so this will be his 2025 postseason debut. Faces Kyle Tucker to lead off the Cubs' third. Tucker walked and scored on the Suzuki homer in the first and takes on the inside corner, strike 1. Oh, 1 pitch. Swing and a miss. Tucker down in the count, 0-2. Oh, 2 pitch downstairs, 1-2. One-two pitch. Tucker lines it on one hop to third. Throw across the diamond in time to retire Kyle Tucker, and that's the first out here in the Cubs' third. Bring up Suzuki, who hit the 3-run home run in the top of the first. Pitch low for ball 1. One-zero pitch is high, 2-0. Mizorowski delivers the 2-0 pitch to Suzuki. That misses outside. Looks like he's being very careful with Suzuki. It's 3-0 to him. Three-0 pitch. Outside, and it's a 4-pitch walk to Suzuki. And it'll bring up Ian Happ. Happ struck out back in the first. And that misses ball 1. That's 5 straight out of the strike zone by Mizorowski. One-zero pitch. That's outside. 6 straight out of the strike zone. It's 2-0. Two-zero pitch on the way to Ian Happ. That one caught the outside quarter. 2-1. Mizorowski looks in and delivers the 2-1 pitch to Ian Happ. Swing and a miss. 2-2. Carson Kelly on deck for the Cubs. 2-2 pitch. Outside, that'll fill the count, 3-2. Payoff pitch to Ian Happ. He went around, swing and a miss. Happ strikes out for the second time. 2 down here in the Cubs' third, and it will bring up Carson Kelly. Kelly lined out on that rocket to second base. His first time up, that ended the top of the first. Upstairs, ball 1. Mizorowski's 1-0 pitch to Carson Kelly. Right down the middle, strike 1. 1-1. One pitch upstairs, 2-1. Mizorowski's 2-1 pitch to Carson Kelly. Foul back, and that'll even the count, 2-2. And now with a 2-2 count and 2 strikes, the crowd will come to their feet once again. They wave the yellow towels. Mizorowski looks over at Suzuki at first and delivers the 2-2 pitch. Outside and low, full count. Nice stop back there by Contreras. Well, it looked like easily could have gone to the backstop. So Suzuki will get a head start here on 3-2 with 2 outs. Suzuki goes, and it's a bouncer back to the pitcher, Mizorowski. And he'll take it to the bag himself to end the top half of the third. Mizorowski fired up coming off the mound back into the dugout. We head to the bottom of the third in game 2. Still Cubs and Brewers tied at 3. Be the top of the Brewers order. Churio, Turang, and Contreras due up in the bottom of the third. Do want to appreciate you guys joining in on the live chat tonight, having fun on the live chat tonight. Appreciate all of y'all. Off topic here, going to the NFL, an update on that Monday night football game. The Jaguars have tied up the Chiefs. That game is 14-14. 5 minutes to go in the third quarter. So again, the 2 National League series after tonight will resume on Wednesday. Tomorrow, game 3, a crucial game 3 of the Mariners-Tigers series. Mariners are going to send Logan Gilbert to the mound tomorrow. He's going to be facing Jack Flaherty of the Tigers. That's the pitching matchup in Game 3 tomorrow. And the Blue Jays in Game 3 will send Shane Bieber to the mound, and Carlos Rodon will get the start for the Yankees as the Yankees try to avoid elimination in Game 3 tomorrow night. As they have given up, the Yankees pitching has given up 23 runs in the first 2 games of that series to the Toronto Blue Jays. So on we go here to the bottom of the third. Jackson Chourio will lead it off. Chourio struck out his first time. First pitch, bottom 3. Chourio sends it into left field, but playable out there. And 1 pitch, 1 out as the catch made by Ian Happ. The batter is Bryce Terang, and he takes off the plate for ball 1. 1-0 pitch is in the air to left. Another play out there for Ian Happ, and the second out on 3 pitches here in the bottom of the third. And it'll bring up Wilson Contreras. Contreras singled and scored on the Vaughn 3-run homer in the first. And that misses low for ball 1. Swing and a miss. 1-1 the count on Contreras. One. That's drilled to left. If it's fair, it's gone, and it is fair and out of here. Contreras sends it out to left, and the Brewers take a 4-3 lead in the bottom of the third. 411 feet to left field for William Contreras. So all 7 runs in this game have been scored courtesy of the long ball. As Christian Yelich steps up and takes low, ball 1. One-0 pitch is on the ground and through into right field, base hit. Yelich with a 2-out single. And the inning continues for Andrew Vaughn, who hit the 3-run homer back in the first. And that may be it for Imanaga. As Craig Counsell makes his way out of the dugout. This actually may just be he may not be pulling him. This may just be a talk. And now I think he just made the signal. Yep, Imanaga's night is finished. And Craig Counsell going to the bullpen here in the bottom of the third. So neither pitcher goes past 2 2/3 today. And Daniel Palencia coming into the game for the Cubs. This year appeared in 54 games, 1-6 record, 2.91 ERA, 16 walks, 61 strikeouts, and 52 2/3 innings. Palencia appeared in 2 games in the wild card series and got 2 wins. He got both Cubs wins in that series against the Padres. So Palencia comes on with a runner at first and 2 outs. And Yelich at first base. As he will try to come on and get Andrew Vaughn for the final out here in the third and hold the damage to just the 1 run. Palencia finishing his warm-up tosses. Palencia was mainly the Cubs' closer this year as he had 22 saves. But Craig Counsell going to him here in the third. Here's Vaughn. Inside, ball 1. Hit 101 miles an hour on that fastball. 1-0 pitch. There's a strike on the inside corner. That'll even it up, a ball and a strike. One pitch. That's hit into left field. This one's going to stay in the park, though. Ian Happ under it, and that will end the inning. But another home run for the Brewers, the solo home run by William Contreras. Let's put the Brewers in front as we go to the fourth. 4-3, Milwaukee. Be the bottom third of the Cubs order. Pete Crow, Armstrong, Dansby, Swanson, and Matt Shaw here in the 4th inning. Cubs now trailing for the first time today at 4-3. 4 runs, 5 hits for the Brewers, 3 runs, 3 hits for the Cubs so far through 3 innings. Game 3 of this series will be on Wednesday back at Wrigley Field. That will be a start time just after 5 o'clock Eastern, 4 o'clock in Chicago. And the question is, will it be tied and become a best-of-3 series, or will the Brewers be going for the series win? We still got 6 innings to find that out. Those of you who are NFL fans, if you're interested, the Jaguars have just taken the lead over the Chiefs late in the third quarter, 21-14. Jaguars, a surprising start, that 3-1, trying to go to 4-1, would tie the Bills and the Colts for the best record in the AFC through 5 games. I don't think after 5, I know it's still just a quarter of the way into the season, but I don't know that 5 games into the season, a lot of people thought 2 of the 3 best teams in the AFC would be the Colts and the Jaguars, but that's where we are if Jacksonville can finish off this win over the Chiefs. But back to this one here, top of the 4th inning. Pete Crow Armstrong leading it off. Showing bunt, pulling it back, and taking a strike. Pete Crow Armstrong steps in and takes the 0-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. Back-to-back 101-mile-an-hour fastballs. Oh-2 pitch. Upstairs, a ball and 2 strikes. One-two pitch. Swing and a miss. Pete Crow Armstrong goes down on strikes. First out here in the top of the 4th, and it brings up Dansby Swanson. Here's the pitch. That hits 102 on the radar gun. Strike 1. Swanson flew out his first time. 0-1. That's right there at the knees on the outside corner. 0-2. Swanson awaits Mizorowski's 0-2 pitch. That just missed the outside corner. 1-2. One-two pitch. Bounce foul, and that will keep the count at 1-2. One-two pitch upstairs. That'll even the count 2-2. 2-2 pitch. And strike three. Swanson goes down. 2 outs in the fourth, and it will bring up Matt Shaw. That was right on the inside corner. And 102 again on the radar gun. Strike one. Oh, 1 pitch. That misses low and outside. That'll even the count, a ball and a strike. Mizorowski's 1-1 pitch to Matt Shaw, inside and low. 2-1 now. Comes the 2-1 pitch. That one hits 103 on the fastball, but misses low and outside. 3-1. Boy, Mizorowski is bringing some heat. 3-1. That's ball 4. And the tying run is on with 2 outs. And we are back to the top of the order, Justin Turner. And no, we are not. We are going to have a pinch hitter for Justin Turner. And it's the man that's normally in this spot, Michael Busch. Turner got the start at first base tonight over Michael Busch. Busch this year was a .261 hitter, 34 home runs. He drove in 90. He was the Cubs' home run leader this year. Hitting .357 in the postseason. So Busch will come on to play first base, starting in the bottom of the inning. Pitch misses inside, ball 1. Turner went 1 for 2. .1-0 pitch to Busch is in the air to left. And that will be caught right along the foul line in left field by Jackson Chourio to end the top of the fourth. Cubs strand a runner. We go the bottom of the fourth. Game 2 in Milwaukee. Brewers lead the Cubs 4-3. It'll be the 6, 7, and 8 hitters for the Brewers. Frelick, Durbin, and Perkins due up here in the bottom of the fourth. So we saw Palencia come in and get the final out in the bottom of the third for the Cubs. Only threw 3 pitches, so my assumption is he'll be back out here for the bottom of the fourth. By the way, Imanaga's final line, 2 2/3 innings, 5 hits, 4 runs, all earned, no walks, and 3 strikeouts. Threw 46 pitches. Sal Frelick, leadoff batter for the Brewers here in the bottom of the fourth. Oh for 1 so far tonight. In some more news from the sports world, non-baseball related, we've got opening night in the NHL coming up tomorrow night, as a new hockey season will get underway. Florida Panthers going for a three-peat this year as they have won back-to-back Stanley Cups. They will open up their quest for a three-peat tomorrow night against the Chicago Blackhawks. So here we go, bottom of the fourth. Frelick leading it off and taking high, ball 1. And Michael Busch will be at first base after he pinch hit for Justin Turner. 1-0 pitch right down the middle, strike 1. Evens the count, a ball and a strike. One. Check swing foul, and it's now a ball and 2 strikes on Frelick. One-two pitch, that's up the middle, but right there is the shortstop Dansby Swanson, and will throw over to first to retire Frelick for the first out in the bottom of the fourth. And the batter will be Durbin. Durbin 0 for 1. Roof is closed tonight in Milwaukee. There was some rain and storms that went through the area, so they had to close the roof tonight. One-0 pitch. Oh, that hits Durbin on the elbow. And Durbin will take first base. There was no padding there that he had on either. That's going to be a nice little bruise in the morning. So here's Perkins. Perkins, a strikeout victim, his first time up back in the second. Durbin, a medium-sized lead at first base. And the pitch to Perkins right down the middle, strike 1. Strike 1 pitch to Perkins. That's fouled away, and Perkins now in an 0-2 hole. Oh-2 pitch. Upstairs. 1-2 now the count. Ortiz on deck. 1-2 pitch. Instead, it's a throw to first. Durbin slides back in safely. Perkins steps back in the box and awaits the 1-2 pitch from Palencia. Swing and a miss, strike three. Palencia blew it right by him. And there's out number 2. And the batter will be Ortiz. Pitch to Ortiz. Downstairs, ball 1. Snap throw back to first, and Durbin back in. One 0 pitch, throw back to first. Out close play, but Durbin beats it. Well, he did make it back in, but barely. Palencia's 1 0 pitch. Lined into center field. That's going to be a base hit. Durbin stops at second. 2 on with 2 outs for the Brewers here in the 4th. And the batter will be Jackson Chourio. Back to the top of the order. Chourio 0 for 2 so far tonight. Here's the pitch. Fouled away. Strike 1. Oh, 1 pitch to Jackson Chourio from Palencia. Fouled away, and now Chourio's in an 0-2 hole. Oh, 2 pitch. In the air to center. That's hit pretty well. Back to the wall, and it's gone. Chourio, a 3-run home run to center. 7-3 Milwaukee. Their second 3-run home run of the night. 419 feet to straightaway center for Jackson Chourio. I think the hamstring is just fine. So that keeps up the run tonight with every run in this game scored via the home run. And Palencia's night on the mound is done. Jackson Churio's 3-run home run chases Palencia rather, out of this game. And Drew Pomerantz coming in to pitch. Pomerantz this season appeared in 57 games, 1-6 record. I'm sorry, excuse me, 2-2 record. I was looking at the wrong one. 2-2 record, 2.17 ERA, 15 walks, 57 strikeouts in 49 2/3 innings. He's appeared in 2 games in the postseason. He's pitched 2 innings. So Palencia's numbers, he goes 1 inning full, 2 hits, 3 runs, all of them earned, 1 strikeout. So both teams now on their 3rd pitcher of the game. Bryce Terang, the batter. First pitch swinging, fouled back, strike 1. So now the Brewers with a 4-run lead. Oh, 1 pitch bunted in the air right back to Pomerantz, and that will do it in the bottom of the 4th. But the Jackson Churio 3-run home run adds to the Brewers' lead as we head to the 5th. In Game 2, Brewers lead the Cubs 7-3. Cubs are going to have to find some offense somewhere, as since that Suzuki first inning home run, they've only managed 2 hits since that point. Whoops. Sorry about that. I hit the wrong button on the computer. 2, 3, and 4 hitters due up for the Cubs: Horner, Tucker, and Suzuki. Ever since that Suzuki home run, a Turner single and a Horner single, and that's been it. There have been a couple walks in there. So Nico Horner will lead it off in the 5th for the Cubs. Horner 1 for 2 with a single. And he scored on that Suzuki 3-run homer. And actually, I take that back. There's only been 1 hit for the Cubs since that Suzuki home run. So going to have to find some offense with their bats now in a 4-run hole. And Mizorowski is already pitched 2 innings in relief, but he is coming back out again for the top of the 5th. He would be the pitcher of record on the winning side right now. First pitch, top 5, Nico Horner upstairs, ball 1. 1-0 pitch right down the middle, strike 1. One hit foul, 1-2. One-two pitch. Foul back. Horner stays alive. One-two. That's lined into right field. That's going to be a base hit for Horner, his second hit of the game. And a leadoff single here in the 5th for the Cubs. And could this be the start of a rally? And the batter will be Kyle Tucker. 0 for 1 for Tucker. He has reached on a walk, and he scored on that Suzuki home run. Swing and a miss. 0-1. Oh, 1 pitch. That's on the outside corner. And Tucker in an 0-2 hole. Oh, 2 pitch to Tucker. That's fouled away to stay alive. Bullpen loosening once again for the Brewers. Chad Patrick is loosening. 0-2 pitch misses outside. Counts now 1-2. One-two pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Tucker goes down swinging. 1 out here in the top of the 5th. And here comes Suzuki. Hit the 3-run homer in the 1st. He walked his last time up. Nico Horner, the runner at first. And the pitch to Suzuki. Right down the middle, strike 1. Oh, 1 pitch. That's a little inside. 1-1. 1-1 pitch. Downstairs. 2-1 on Suzuki. Horner, not a big lead at first base. Swing and a miss by Suzuki. That was a hard swing. He was swinging for Sheboygan on that swing. 2-2. And the crowd rises once again, waving their Brewer yellow towels. 2-2 pitch. Foul back. Suzuki stays alive. Two pitch. Once again. That's popped up. Right field into foul territory. Playable out there. And the catch made. Yeah, catch made by Frelick. It just stayed in play before going over the netting and into the stands. 2 outs. And the batter will be Ian Happ. 0 for 2. He has struck out both times tonight. Strike 1. Happ has now struck out 9 times in 17 at-bats in the postseason. 0-1 pitch downstairs. 1 ball, 1 strike. One downstairs. 2-1. Two-one pitch. Popped up. Left field. Into foul territory. Churio with the catch. And that will end the Cubs' top of the 5th. Nico Horner single, but he is stranded. We're halfway through it. Brewers lead game 2, 7-3. Brewers will have the 3, 4, and 5 hitters due up. Contreras, Yelich, and Vaughn. Contreras and Vaughn have both homered tonight for the Brewers. Anyone keeping up with the NFL game, they have hit the 2-minute warning in Jacksonville. Fast game, my goodness. They've hit the 2-minute warning in Jacksonville. Jaguars lead the Chiefs 24-21, but the Chiefs have a 2nd and 5 at the Jacksonville 24. So if the Chiefs come back and win that, both these teams will be 3-2. If the Jaguars hold on, the Jaguars will be tied with the Bills and the Colts for the top record in the AFC at 4-1. So keep an update on the finish of that one to see how that game ends up, which will wrap up week 5 of the NFL season. And here in this one, Brewers lead at 7-3 over the Cubs. William Contreras will lead it off. In the bottom of the fifth, Contreras has singled and homered. Contreras' solo home run came in the bottom of the third. That's the run that gave the Brewers the lead 4-3 before Churio added the 3-run homer in the fourth. So here we go. Contreras stepping in the box. Pomerantz back to work on the mound. First pitch, bottom 5, strike 1. Oh, 1 pitch hit foul. 0-2 the count on Contreras. Oh, 2 pitch. Outside corner, strike 3. Contreras caught looking. And there's the first out in the bottom of the fifth. And the batter will be Christian Yelich. Yelich 2 for 2 tonight. Strike 1. Oh, 1 pitch. Fouled back, and Yelich down in the count 0-2. Oh, 2 hit foul. Yelich stays alive. Oh, 2 to Yelich is in the air to left. Ian Happ under it. Out number 2. And here's Andrew Vaughn. Three-run home run in the first for Vaughn. That at the time tied it at 3. Craig Counsell coming in to pull Drew Pomerantz. So we will see the 4th Cubs pitcher of the night. Colin Ray, who started most of this season, is coming in. Colin Ray appeared in 32 games this year, 27 starts. 11-7 record, 3.95 ERA, walked 44, struck out 127 in 159 1/3 innings. Ray pitched in 1 game in the wild card series, pitched an inning and 2/3. Gave up 1 hit and had a strikeout. So Colin Ray, the 4th Cubs pitcher of the night, coming on to try to get 1 more out here in the bottom of the 5th. So the line on Pomerantz, 1 inning and 1 strikeout, only threw 9 pitches. So he'll definitely be available next game. 7-3 lead for the Brewers. All 10 runs have been scored via the home run. We've had 3 3-run homers in this game and a solo homer. So Colin Ray coming on to face Andrew Vaughn. Vaughn takes low and outside, ball 1. One-0 pitch, swing and a miss. Ball and a strike. 1-1 pitch, down low, 2-1. Two-one pitch misses outside. It's now 3-1 on Andrew Vaughn. 3-1. Fouled back, and that will fill the count, 3-2. Three-two payoff. Inside, Vaughn draws a leadoff walk here in the bottom of the 5th. Or I'm sorry, excuse me, draws a 2-out walk here in the 5th. Sal Frelick now steps up with a runner at first and 2 outs. Frelick takes strike 1. Fly out and a ground out in Frelick's 2 previous at-bats. A 1 pitch misses low. That'll even the count, a ball and a strike. One to Frelick. Bounced foul. That'll move the count to 1-2. One-two pitch. Check swing foul. Count stays 1-2. Raise 1-2 to Frelick. Outside, 2-2. Two-two. Bounced foul. Frelick fouled that off his foot. Count stays 2-2. Like he fouled it. Oh, it looked like he fouled it right off his back foot. Two-two pitch. That misses off the plate, and the count runs full now, 3-2. Three-two payoff. In the air to right, Suzuki right there for the catch. And that will do it in the bottom of the fifth. Brewers get a 2-out walk, but strand him. We head to the sixth. Cubs need to get some runs and some offense going. They trail this game 7-3. For the Cubs in the top of the sixth inning, it is going to be the 6, 7, and 8 hitters. Carson Kelly, Pete Crow Armstrong, and Dansby Swanson. Cubs in a 7-3 game 2 hole, and they have 12 outs left. Try and get some offense, or else they're going to be going back to Wrigley Field on Wednesday facing elimination. We have an opportunity to have still have a chance this year to have two teams meet in the World Series that have never won the World Series. The Brewers and the Mariners. Neither one of those two teams have a World Series championship. Mariners have never even made the World Series. Brewers have, but have not won it. New pitcher for the Brewers coming in here in the sixth, Chad Patrick. He was mostly a starter this year, appeared in 27 games, 23 of those starts. 3-8 record, ERA of 3.53, walked 40, struck out 127 in 119 2/3 innings. Carson Kelly will be the leadoff batter here in the Cubs' sixth inning. Kelly 0 for 2. First pitch, top 6, strike 1. Oh, 1. One pitch, strike 2. One and 2 the count on Carson Kelly. And the pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Kelly goes down. 1 out in the sixth. And it brings up Pete Crow Armstrong, who is 0 for 2. For those kind of keeping an eye on the Monday Night Football game, the Jaguars have just scored a late touchdown after the Chiefs just scored a touchdown on their previous drive. So the Jaguars lead 31-28 with 23 seconds to go. Thank my live chat buddy Bill for the update on that as well. Swing and a miss on the 0-1 pitch to Pete Crow Armstrong. It's 0-2. Patrick's 0-2 pitch on the way to Pete Crow Armstrong. Misses high and outside, 1-2. One, two. That pitch bounced up there. That pitch from Patrick went about probably 48 feet. It's 2-2. 2-2 pitch to Pete Crow Armstrong's fouled back. Two, a swing and a miss. Pete Crow Armstrong went after a low one. 2 down here in the 6th. Back-to-back strikeouts for Patrick since coming into the game. And here's Dansby Swanson. Swanson's 0 for 2. First pitch swinging that's a fair ball down the first baseline. Underhand throw over to Patrick, and that will do it for the Cubs. 1-2-3 in the 6th. We head to the bottom of the 6th. Then Milwaukee Brewers lead this game 7-3. Boy, that ball went right over the first base bag and stayed fair. And Vaughn made the play over to Patrick. It stays 7-3. Bottom third of the Brewers order, Durbin, Perkins, and Ortiz due up here in the bottom of the 6th. So on we go to the bottom of inning number 6. It'll be Durbin leading it off for the Brewers. 0 for 1. He was hit by a pitch his last time up. and he scored on the Churio 3-run homer. And Colin Ray will go back out to pitch the bottom of the 6th. And they, in between innings, do the sausage race in Milwaukee. One of the great traditions in Major League Baseball during the inning break. First pitch, bottom 6, strike 1 to Caleb Durbin. 0-1 pitch, strike 2, 0-2. American Family Field up there in Milwaukee. One of the ballparks on my must-visit list. I have not been there yet, but would love to get there. Milwaukee, I'm located in the Midwest, but it's about a 4.5-hour drive, I believe, from where I'm at. Not terrible. 1-2 pitch. That's hit in the air to left center field, and that's going to be caught. A running grab by Pete Crow Armstrong. 1 out here in the bottom of the 6th. Pete Crow Armstrong stayed with that and caught it right in front of the warning track. First out. And it'll bring up Perkins. Perkins 0 for 2. He has struck out both of his previous plate appearances. Ball 1. That is up the middle, but Dansby Swanson playing that way and throws to first for out number 2. Ortiz the batter, and it's a 1-0, now 1-1 count as that pitch hit the knees. Two-one pitch misses low. Now 3-1. Ortiz is 1 for 2 with a single, and he scored on the Churio 3-run homer. And takes strike 2 on the inside corner. Ortiz was about to walk down to first base. Three-two payoff pitch. Bouncer foul. Stays 3-2. 3-2 payoff. That's a bouncer. That's going to be a tough play. That's going to stay fair. And Ortiz is going to have an infield single with 2 outs in the bottom of the 6th. And it will bring up Jackson Chourio. 1 for 3. He hit the 3-run homer back in the 4th. That's given the Brewers their 4-run cushion. If anybody's just tuning into my live stream from the Monday Night Football game, which was won by the Jaguars, want to welcome you in. Brewers lead this game 7-3. And they have a runner at first with 2 outs. Chourio, diving stop by Swanson. The throw to second goes into right field. Ortiz will end up at third. Chourio will end up at second. It'll be a throwing error for Dansby Swanson and puts 2 Brewers in scoring position with 2 outs. Swanson made a great diving stop at third, but then the throw to first was wild and ended up in right field. Or the throw to second, rather, was wild and ended up into right field. And the Brewers have runners at second and third with 2 outs for Bryce Terang. Oh, looks like Chourio may have come up a little gimpy. Hope for his sake he didn't re-injure that hamstring. Looks like he's coming out for a pinch runner. Oh, no, it may have just been talk to his third base coach. Brewers right now with Bryce Terang at the plate looking to bust this thing wide open here in the bottom of the 6th. Strike 1. Oh, 1 pitch down low, 1-1. One pitch is foul. One and two to Terang. Fouled away. One-two pitch. A high chopper to second. Throw over to first base, and the Cubs get out of it. The error does not hurt them. We head to the late innings. On to the 7th we go in Milwaukee. It's still a 7-3 lead for the Brewers. So the Cubs get out of that to still give them some hope here. It'll be Shaw and then the top of the order, Bush and Horner, in the 7th inning for the Cubs as they have 9 outs left to try and come back from this 4-run deficit. For if anybody is just tuning in from the football game, want to recap how we got to where we are. Cubs struck first in the top of the 1st inning. A Seiya Suzuki 3-run homer put the Cubs ahead 3-0, but that 3-0 lead was very short-lived because in the bottom of the 1st, Andrew Vaughn returned the favor with a 3-run home run. That tied it at 3. And then in the bottom of the third inning, William Contreras hit a solo home run that put the Brewers ahead 4-3. And then in the bottom of the fourth, the Brewers added some insurance with Jackson Churio's 3-run home run to straightaway center. That made it 7-3, and that is where we are now. As we are heading to the top half of the 7th inning, Brewers will go to the bullpen for the 4th time tonight. And bring in Jared Koenig. Koenig in 72 games this season was 6-1, ERA of 2.86. Walked 20, struck out 68 in 66 innings. Koenig pitched an inning in Saturday's Game 1. He gave up a home run in that game. So the Cubs down 4 and have 9 outs to work with to avoid going back home to Wrigley Field in Game 3. Down 0-2 and facing elimination. Shaw will lead it off here in the top of the 7th. He has walked his previous 2 plate appearances tonight. So Koenig, the 5th Brewers pitcher tonight. Neither starter made it past the 3rd inning tonight. First pitch, top 7, inside corner, strike 1. Oh, 1 pitch. That's a little too far inside. That'll even the count, a ball and a strike. Koenig looks in and delivers the 1-1 to Matt Shaw. That's a strike, 1-2. One-two pitch. Low and inside. That'll even the count, 2-2. Koenig's 2-2. Swing and a miss. 100 miles an hour on the fastball. And Shaw chased it. And we're back to the top of the order now, Michael Busch. Busch 0 for 1. Again, he did not start this game. Justin Turner got the start at first base, but Busch came in the 4th. Strike 1 at the knees. Busch flew out in his prior plate appearance tonight. 0-1 pitch outside. That'll even the count, a ball and a strike. One-one. Busch shows bunt and takes low, 2-1. 2-1 bounced. That is a foul ball, and that'll even the count 2-2. Two-two offering from Koenig to Bush. Low and outside. That'll fill the count 3-2. Nico Horner on deck. He's got 2 hits tonight. Koenig ready. And it's a 3-2. Bush fouls it off, and we'll do another 3-2 pitch. Another 3-2. That's bounced to first. That's a fair ball. And the throw over to Koenig. They got him. I never did see a call. And Craig Counsell looking to see if he wants to challenge this. And he says no. I never did see the umpire make a call. So I was just looking at the score bug on the TV, and I saw they posted an out. And they did get him by half a step. Great play by Andrew Vaughn there at first base. First pitch swinging here into right field. And Frelick with the grab, and that will do it in the Cubs' 7th inning. Stretch time in Milwaukee in Game 2, 7-3 Brewers. Be the 3, 4, and 5 hitters, Contreras, Yelich, and Vaughn. Due up in the bottom of the 7th as the Brewers now 6 outs away from a 2-0 series lead heading to Chicago. So another reminder on the upcoming Division Series schedule. American League Series both resume tomorrow. Mariners-Tigers, Game 3. That series all tied at a game apiece. Tigers and Mariners have split 1-run wins in the first 2 games of the series in Seattle. Now the scene shifts to Detroit for the next 2. And then tomorrow night, Game 3 of the Blue Jays-Yankees series, a must-win game for the Yankees to keep their season alive. That Mariners-Tigers game first pitch slated for just after 4 o'clock. And the Blue Jays-Yankees first pitch scheduled for just after 8. I hope to be on the live stream for that Blue Jays-Yankees game tomorrow night. Gonna have to play that one by ear. But I hope to be on for that Game 3 of the Blue Jays-Yankees tomorrow. So on we go here, bottom half of inning number 7. Contreras will lead it off. It's 2 for 3. Hit the solo home run in the third, and he's also singled. First pitch, bottom 7, swing and a miss. Strike 1. Colin Ray back to work on the mound. Oh, 1 pitch, swing and a miss again, and Contreras in the hole, 0-2. Oh, 2 pitch. Popped up. Foul territory. Kelly under it. He's got it for the first out in the bottom of the 7th. And the batter will be Christian Yelich. He's 2 for 3 tonight. If you're looking ahead to the Cubs' 8th inning, it's going to be the 3, 4, and 5 hitters. Kyle Tucker, Seiya Suzuki, and Ian Happ. Pitch is outside, ball 1 to Christian Yelich. 1-0 pitch. Hit down the left field line. That's going to be a base hit for Yelich, his 3rd hit of the night. He's now 3 for 4, and it brings up Andrew Vaughn, who hit the 3-run homer in the first. Pitch to Andrew Vaughn, right down the middle, strike 1. Here's pitch to Vaughn. That's hit to Swanson at second. The throw to second, 1 on to first. That's a double play. And that will end the bottom of the 7th. 6-4-3 double play turned by the Cubs. On we go to the 8th in Milwaukee. 7-3 Brewers. Again, it's Kyle Tucker, Seiya Suzuki, and Ian Happ in the 8th inning. So the Cubs need to find some kind of offense as they've been held to 2 hits since that Suzuki first inning home run. So onward we go into the 8th inning. Kyle Tucker leads off. He is 0 for 2. He has reached on a walk and scored tonight. First pitch, top of the 8th, check swing over to first. It is no swing, so ball 1. 1-0 to Tucker's fouled off, first base side, a ball and a strike. Brewers bullpen loosening, a couple pitchers loosening. Trevor McGill, the closer, is up. 1-1 is in the air. Foul territory coming over from third base, and making the catch is Durbin for out number 1. And out comes Pat Murphy, and wonder if he's going to bring in the closer. He just made the signal. It is a non-safe situation with a 4-run lead, but he probably just wants to get McGill some work in. So the Brewers will bring in their 6th pitcher of the night, and it will be the closer McGill coming in. Koenig goes an inning and a third and didn't give up anything. Had 1 strikeout. The Brewers are bringing on Trevor McGill. McGill this season in the regular season, in 50 appearances, a 6-3 record. 2.49 ERA, 17 walks, 60 strikeouts, 47 innings. He had 30 saves this year. And again, this is not a safe situation with a 4-run lead. And the first batter he'll face is Seiya Suzuki. So it's been a while since Trevor McGill worked. Pat Murphy just wants to get him some work in here, you would think. As the Brewers, they had a 5-day break between the end of the regular season and the beginning of this series, as they had the wild card round off by finishing as one of the top 2 seeds. So McGill in just to get 5 innings of work in. And he was on the injured list at the end of the regular season as well. First pitch to Suzuki, strike 1. Suzuki, in addition to the home run, has also walked. 0-1 bounces up there, a ball and a strike. McGill looking in on Suzuki and delivering the 1-1 and time called. One pitch. That is hit into left field. Got a little under that one. Catch made by Churio for the second out. Boy, Suzuki just missed his second home run there. Got a little bit under that. And here's Ian Happ. Hitless in 3 at-bats tonight. Pitch down low, ball 1. One 0 pitch, that is inside, 2-0. Those pitches look like they've hit the corner, but that's been called a ball all night, so it has been consistently called. 2-0 pitch, that's a strike. 2-1 the count to Ian Happ. Two one, fouled back, and the count's even 2-2. The crowd rises again in Milwaukee. 2-2 pitch, check swing foul. Count stays 2-2. Here's another 2-2 pitch to Ian Happ. In the air to right. Is it playable? It is for Sal Frelick, and that is the third out. Brewers 3 outs away from a 2-0 lead in the National League Division Series. Bottom 8 coming up, 7-3 Milwaukee. 6, 7, and 8 hitters for the Brewers. Frelick, Durbin, and Perkins due up in the bottom of the 8th inning. So we've got the 2 American League Division Series Game 3s tomorrow. It is a full schedule on Wednesday, as all 4 games will take place on Wednesday. Mariners-Tigers mid-afternoon on Wednesday. The Game 3 of this series, Brewers and Cubs, will take place first pitch just after 5 o'clock Eastern time on Wednesday. I say all 4 games. That is if all 4 series are still going. If the Blue Jays-Yankees goes to Game 4, it'll be just after 7 o'clock on Wednesday. And then Game 3 of the Phillies-Dodgers, which could be an elimination game, will be just after 9 o'clock Eastern on Wednesday. Bottom half of inning number 8 we go. Frelick will lead it off. He is hitless in 3 at-bats tonight. Colin Ray so far in this game, as he takes the hill again here in the 8th, has gone 2 1/3 innings. He's getting up 3 hits and 1 walk, but no runs. In the stands in Milwaukee, looks like Santa Claus and his elf are in attendance. Hey, a little early for you guys yet. First pitch, bottom 8 to Sal Frelick, ball 1. One 0 pitch is outside, now 2-0. Two 0 pitch. That's inside. It's 3-0 on Sal Frelick. Looking ahead to the Cubs' 9th. Carson Kelly, Pete Crow Armstrong, Dansby Swanson, the 3 scheduled hitters. They're going to have to get several runners on base. This is a 4-pitch walk to Frelick to lead off the bottom of the 8th. And it'll bring up Durbin. 0 for 2. He's been hit by a pitch tonight and scored a run. He scored on the Churio 3-run homer in the 4th. Showing bunt as Durbin takes a strike. 0-1. Oh, 1 pitch. At the knees, strike 2. Durbin in an 0-2 hole. Oh, 2 pitch, foul back. Count will remain 0-2. Oh, 2 pitch. Outside, a ball and 2 strikes. The count on Durbin. Ray set, and the 1-2 pitch to Durbin. Low and outside, 2-2. Two pitch. Hit to second. The throw to second, 1 on to first, double play. The second double play turned by the Cubs tonight. This one, the 4-6-3 variety. And there's 2 outs for Perkins. Just got him by half a step at first base. Ball 1. One 0 pitch outside, 2-0. Two 0 pitch. That misses outside. It's 3-0. There's a strike. Perkins was taken all the way. Three-one pitch to Perkins. Swing and a miss, and that will fill the count. Three-two payoff pitch. That's lined into right field. Suzuki cannot get it. He trapped it. 2-out single. And again, Craig Counsell looking to see if he wants to review it, and he says no, and it's good that he didn't because it was clearly a trap. So a single with 2 outs brings up Ortiz. Ortiz 2 for 3 tonight with a couple singles. Perkins the lead at first. The pitch to Ortiz on the inside corner. Strike one. Oh, one is inside. That'll even the count of ball and a strike. One pitch. Downstairs. 2-1 now. Here's the 2-1. Instead, it's a throw over to first. Perkins dives back in safely. Perkins, not a big lead at first. And the 2-1. In the air to right field. Suzuki under it. He's got it to end the bottom of the 8th. Last chance coming up for the Cubs into the 9th. 7-3 Milwaukee. Again, for the Cubs in the 9th inning, it's going to be the 6, 7, and 8 hitters. Carson Kelly, Pete Crow Armstrong, and Dansby Swanson. They'll need to get 3 runners on base to get the tying run to the plate. So it will be Kelly leading it off here in the 9th. for the Cubs, who trail 7-3, and they've been out-hit 11-4 in this game. And actually, McGill's not going to pitch the ninth inning. It's going to be Uribe coming in. Abner Uribe in 75 games this year, a 3-2 record, 1.67 ERA, 27 walks, 90 strikeouts, and 75 1/3 innings. Eighth pitcher of the night for the Brewers. Excuse me, seventh pitcher of the night. First pitch, top 9, strike 1 to Carson Kelly. Uribe's 0-1. Upstairs, 1-1. Uribe's 1-1 pitch to Kelly. High and outside, 2-1. Two-one to Carson Kelly. Fouled away, 2-2. Carson Kelly, Pete Crow Armstrong, and Dansby Swanson, the 3 hitters due up here in the ninth. Combined 0 for 9 tonight. 2-2 pitch. Foul. That got the umpire's mask. Looks like he's all right back there. Mike Estabrook. Got an up-close look at that foul ball. Uribe's 2-2 pitch. Got him swinging. Kelly chased one on the outside corner, 1 out in the ninth. Pete Crow Armstrong now. He has struck out a couple times tonight. 0 for 3. Fouls it off. Strike 1. Uribe's 0-1. Outside corner, strike 2. Pete Crow Armstrong didn't think so. Oh, 2 pitch. Outside, 1-2. One, two on the way. Got him. Chased a low one. Pete Crow Armstrong strikes out for the 3rd time tonight, and the Cubs are down to their final out. It'll be up to Dansby Swanson. Pitch to Swanson, inside corner, strike 1. Strike 1 pitch. Fouled back. And now the Cubs are down to their final strike. Everybody standing in Milwaukee. Oh, 2 pitch on the way. Swing and a miss. You're strike 3, and the Brewers take game 2, 7-3. Uribe strikes out the side in the ninth, and the Brewers 1 win away from a berth in the National League Championship Series, as they will head back to Chicago game 3 on Wednesday with a 2-0 series lead. 7 runs, 11 hits, no errors for the Brewers. They stranded 5 on base tonight. 3 runs, 4 hits, 1 error for the Cubs. They stranded 5. Mizorowski gets the win in relief. Imanaga suffered the loss. And Milwaukee will head to Chicago for game 3 on Wednesday, looking to close it out at Wrigley Field as they win the first 2 games of this series, taking it 7-3 tonight. It's past midnight here in the Eastern Time Zone, so I'm going to sign off here pretty quick. Hey, I'm going to say it is past midnight here in the Eastern Time Zone, so I am going to sign off here pretty quick. Again, my name is John, Sports Bonanza John here on YouTube. I was on Twitch tonight as Sport Guru John. If you like my content, would really appreciate a like and subscribe on YouTube. That would really help out a lot and go a long way. And hopefully we'll be back on tomorrow night on the live stream, Blue Jays and Yankees. That's still kind of up in the air. I will try my best to get on tomorrow night. I would like to. If not, I will be back Wednesday night for sure on the live stream. Which game, again, is still up in the air, but will be on Wednesday sometime. Appreciate all of you joining me. Appreciate the live chat tonight with my buddy Bill out there. And hopefully tomorrow night talk to you. If not, I'll talk to you again on Wednesday here on the live stream. Thanks.